Hello, hello, this is Mr. Chavery. We're here with another battle. Looking at my opponent's team, this person's brought a Primarina as well. This is actually a very scary team. Looking at my opponent's team, I think keeping Incineroar would be very helpful, especially for the Dragapult and the Durant. First Pokemon I want to lead with. We don't have a Trick Room here, of course. I don't know if Dragapult does gain Trick Room, but I don't think so. So I think what I want to do is try to get Sticky Webs first. I think Dragapult is very often a speedy Pokemon. So we're going to play that way first. Of course, this is the same team as last time. I want to get some use out of these Pokemon, and then we'll try different Pokemon that I've brought from Sun and Moon. But the main Pokemon I want to get some use out of is Incineroar. That thing is amazing. I really haven't looked at the tier list for Gen 8 as of yet because, yeah, I have not looked at that yet. Alright, so I could Sticky Web or Liquidate. Liquidate is super effective, and it could give me a quick knockout early on. And looking at my opponents, I mean, this thing could have Defog as well, so I think Liquidation will be better off. I don't want to make a switch. I want to go ahead and liquidate something, as we're going to take a nasty Volt Switch early on. So yeah, I was expecting maybe a Thunderbolt just to try to get rid of this thing before it Sticky Webs, but a Volt Switch is going to be kind of annoying, especially if my opponent made a nice prediction went to a Water type. Yeah, it's going to be this guy. Let's go ahead and get a Liquidation. At least we can break this thing's Sash, and maybe get a Defense drop, maybe? No. Ah, darn. So I do have Rotom with the Scarf, which I think is going to be very helpful, hopefully. We do have Sucker Punch with Bisharp, so if I need to, I'll be okay with that. I do think a Liquidation might be best, because I obviously see a Shell Smash coming. Never mind, we're going to see a Rock Blast instead. Alright, a Rock Blast. The good thing about that is, this thing has not Shell Smashed on me. So I could go Bisharp, get a Swords Dance, and then go for a Sucker Punch, or a Knockoff, depending on what my opponent wants to do. Or I could just go Rotom here, and give out my own Volt Switch. I want to do that, actually. I want to go for my own Volt Switch. Alright, see, if I could get a Swords Dance, that would be really nice. We're going to go ahead and Volt Switch here. We're going to, of course, see the swap there. Probably going to see my opponent's Rotom come out. Yeah, but we're going to go ahead and get the switch in. Honestly, my best bet is to probably go into Mr. Whiskers. I think, because, I mean, the Assault Vest is going to help me out. And I think that is my best bet here. Could go Darkest Lariat, or I could predict my opponent to predict that and go Primarina. Actually, I think Darkest Lariat is the safest play here. So we'll go ahead and do that. We're going to see a Volt Switch here. Of course, we take that with the Assault Vest. If my opponent does go Primarina, I've got an easy Mantine switch for that. And it is going to be Primarina. So here we are, the Alolan starters facing each other down. We're going to go ahead and get some chip. Not a lot, though. Now, I don't know who is going to be faster. But I do know that I don't want to take a Moonblast or a Scald. So we're going to go into Mantine. Mantine has the Water Absorb ability, so we're not going to take anything from a Scald. But we do see Moonblast instead, and that actually does a lot. That is a crit. Oh my gosh, that was a crit. That was a crit to end all crits. Okay, I've got to Roost, I think. After that, I think I've got to go ahead and roost here. This thing's actually kind of tough for me to handle. I don't have anything to really switch in on this thing. We can take a Moonblast, though. Yeah, we take a Moonblast. But I have to switch. I can't do anything offensively to this thing with my Mantine. What I could do is probably go into this, Light Screen, and then Will-O-Wisp. I think I've got to do that. Because this thing is doing so much damage to me. It really is. Oh, we're going to see a swap out on my opponent's side, too. Let's see what comes in. It's going to be the Durant. We're going to Will-O-Wisp this thing quickly, because this thing is really strong, and I don't want to worry about that. We're going to see a swap out, probably predicting a Will-O-Wisp. Yeah, I see ya. I see you right there. Predicting my Willow. We go ahead and Light Screen here. And we're going to get a Trick. So we're going to lose our Eviolite, probably get a Scarf. What do we get? We got Specs. Ooh. We're going to go ahead and Light Screen here. So we can take special moves better. And let's go ahead and I'm predicting a Volt Switch again. So this time we're going to go into Rotom, predicting the Volt Switch. Hopefully we don't switch right into an Overheat. That would hurt really bad. Oh, please, no Overheat. Alright, a Volt Switch. Okay. So we're just going to get hit with a Volt Switch. Right now we are playing pretty well. I think so far out of the battles this week, this one's turning out to be really close. And hopefully my opponent does not disconnect. I don't think he should. Might actually win this one. Okay, I've got a Volt Switch here. Got to Volt Switch. Oh, we're going to see a U-turn, so this thing's actually scarfed as well. It's got to be after that, you know. And we're going to see a U-turn. My opponent predicting me to hard switch, maybe. Or probably thinking my Rotom would be faster. But anyway, we're going to go ahead and Volt Switch. And hopefully bring something in that can do something here. We lost the Eviolite, which is kind of annoying, but we have Specs, and we can easily Hex to get some good damage on things. I think I've got to do that, because nothing else wants to switch in. Mr. Whiskers could switch in, but there's like so many things that Mr. Whiskers can't do anything offensively to. Mainly that Primarina that's sitting there. Giving us a problem. So right now we're playing it pretty switch heavy, but with this Specs, hopefully Hex can actually do some decent work, so we can actually, you know, get some offensive pressure on my opponent. And Volt Switch is going to hurt a lot. That was a crit too, but Volt Switch hurts a lot now that we've lost our Eviolite. And we're going to see Cloister come back in. A Hex should 100% take this thing out. My opponent was probably... Oh gosh, it doesn't even take it out. That is actually really sad. That is really sad. We have Specs, we have Stab from Hex, and Cloister has paper-thin special defense. So the fact that we still weren't able to, you know, take that out is really annoying. And we're going to get hit with a bunch of Icicle Spears. Hopefully we can live. Oh, we got hit all 5 times, but we end up living, and we're going to go ahead and get rid of this Cloister, which is nice. Unfortunately, Corsola is not doing anything for me now. The light screen is gone. I mean, that's really bad, but yeah, I can't do anything about that. And we're going to see this guy come back in. Honestly, I feel like I don't have much for the Rotom Heat. Really don't. I think, honestly, I think my Incineroar is my best bet against Rotom Heat at this point. Because it's just so scary offensively against the rest of my team. What we're going to see? We're going to see this guy come in. I could go Bisharp. It's very likely this thing could have a flamethrower though. But I think Bisharp might be my best bet. Actually, I think I gotta go Mr. Whiskers here. Gotta go Mr. Whiskers. Gotta scare this guy out with Darkest Lariat. And this thing's got clear body too, so that's the thing. I could click Earthquake, expecting that Primarina to come in. I feel like I've got to go Darkest Lariat. All right, we're gonna see a U-turn. I feel like Darkest Lariat was still my safest option. I feel like it was my safest option. But yeah, Primarina. Oh no, this guy, Umbreon. So let's go ahead and just hit this thing with a Darkest Lariat. This thing's going to be very bulky. This is going to be a tough Pokemon to break through, honestly. Wow, Umbreon's a very tough cookie. Tough cookie. I've got a U-turn here. We're going to see a yawn here. So this is going to be a support Umbreon. I'm going to go ahead and U-turn out to get some chip damage. And hopefully we can do something against this Umbreon. Umbreon is such a tough Pokemon to try to break through, because that thing is so bulky. So bulky. I feel like I've got to go Rotom and maybe go for a Leaf Storm, trying to... What could break through that thing? Eventually, I do need to go Bisharp. But right now, I think I'm going to go Rotom. And maybe Volt Switch. Because honestly, man, this thing's going to be very tough. We're going to go ahead and Volt Switch. I want to see a Protect. So scouting out what I'm going to go for. And of course, we're not going to do anything with that turn. So honestly, yeah, just go ahead and Volt Switch. Opponent's probably going to yawn. Probably going to yawn whatever I bring in. So what I could do is go Mr. Whiskers expecting the yawn, and instead of U-turning, hard switch into. Let's see if my opponent goes yawn here before I. Okay, we're going to see a yawn, and we do see the Protect. I'm predicting my opponent go for a Protect to make sure Mr. Whiskers gets put to sleep. I think that's what my opponent wants to do here. So we hard switch into Bisharp, so we can have a free switch in. And oh, we don't see a Protect, or maybe we will see a Protect. It's after this. Okay, let's go ahead and see what happens. There's the Protect. I've got an Iron Head, I think. I've got to go Iron Head here. Got to go on the offensive. I would like to get a Swords Dance, but I've got to try to break this thing. Well, we see another yawn here. And just go ahead and hard switch. Eventually we're going to break this thing down. We'll go back into Mr. Whiskers and U-turn. There's the Intimidate. It doesn't matter. And there's the Moonlight. Okay. Now this thing is tough to break. Gosh. Umbreon is so bulky. I wish they didn't have the 20-minute timer so you can actually take advantage of these stall sets. We can go ahead and U-turn out. There's the yawn. Maybe we can get a crit. I think that's our best option, is to get a crit. It's really, really our best option. If we get a crit, we're in good position. We need an Iron Head to break through this thing. Could go knockoff, but an Iron Hand has a chance to flinch, so we're gonna go for that. We're gonna see a Moonlight. We could have got a Swords Dance there, but man, this is a really tough game. This is really tough. Here I'm going to knock off. That leftovers is actually becoming a problem for us. So if I can knock off those leftovers. Oh, there's the protect. Okay. I really predicted the yawn. Man, this is a tough game. Let's go ahead and just knock off. Get rid of those leftovers, and then switch out if we need to. There's foul play, okay. It's Iron Head. We need a flinch or a crit. I think that's our only option here. Flinch or crit. Flinch or crit. Okay, we're going to have a Moonlight here. Oh gosh, this is like such a tedious game here at the end. There's foul play. We lose our Bisharp here. Man, we need a fighting type move or a fairy type Pokemon. I need a fighting or fairy type. But anyway, what can I do to break through that thing? Can we do anything to break through that thing? I don't think we break through it. I think Umbreon just stalls us out here at the end. I think so. I think we lose to Umbreon. Earthquake would be decent, but we got a U-turn. Dang, that's faster. If we can get a crit, I think that would actually be so helpful. We got a crit here. We're not going to get a crit. Okay. We gotta go for Scalds, I think, because the timer is running out, and we're slowly losing our chances here. All right, we just need a burn. We need a burn so bad. Burn, please, burn, burn. I don't see a way that we win this, honestly. Don't see a way for us to win this at all. Unless we got a crit. I think we've just been stalled out by Umbreon. We've been stalled out by Umbreon. Could Leaf Storm. I'm just going to click Leaf Storm. It don't matter. It doesn't matter. Sorry, too late. And this was a pretty rough battle. I mean, I still think it's the best one because we actually came to the end of the battle versus the other battles that ended with a disconnection. We're going to see this thing come in. I'm just going to go Mr. Whiskers here. Just gonna go Mr. Whiskers. It don't matter. Let's get Mr. Whiskers in here. It doesn't matter. Oh, we got the timer running down now. Oh, we're going Dynamax. We could Dynamax. I usually don't like Dynamaxing because it's like an OU. It's banned, but people do it. Ah. Max Knuckle. Okay. Yeah, it's game. A good game. I mean, I don't think it even matters because a superpower would have taken us out too. Yeah, superpower would have just taken us out just the same. So yeah, it's pretty much just let the timer click it down, I guess. 2, 1. All right. Good game. Oh my gosh, he's got electric moves. Probably Volt Tackle. Or not Volt Tackle, Wild Charge. Anyway, the battle is done. Unfortunately, we weren't able to win it, but yeah, that makes it rough. Stally Pokemon like that are really rough, especially with the 20-minute timer. But we'll go ahead and let the thing just call. Oh, why is it not calling it? Alright, it called it there. Alright, so good game, even. Unfortunately, Umbreon just destroyed us completely. We couldn't break through that thing at all. That is such a stally Pokemon. And next time, we're going to bring something for Umbreons like that. So if you like this, give it a thumbs up, subscribe. I will see you.